This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Helping their colleagues in badges or boots will take you to a special event that helps emergency responders next. Happy New Week. Let's make it a good one, and thanks for spending part of it with us. I'm Ken Kara, and you can watch this local newscast in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513 and anywhere, anytime with the Samsung Productions app. Here's your headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. West Hazleton police are looking for the man they say tried to rob two local businesses this morning. Borough Police Chief Brian Buglio tells SSPTV News that a man attempted to rob Buddy's Bagels and the Wise Supermarket, both on Route 93 in West Hazleton. The chief says that the suspect did not get anything at Buddy's Bagels, but that he did get a small amount of money, under $100, at Weiss. The suspect used a note in both locations, said that he had a gun but did not show it. Chief Buglio says that the same suspect is believed to have committed another robbery in Plains Township. And local first responders gathered today at the Southside Fire Station in Hazleton to kick off the third annual Badges and Boots campaign. We talked with David Palermo, president of the Palermo Heart to Heart Foundation, and two first responders who participate in the program.
Today we are honored to stand with first responders from Wilkes-Barre, Hazleton, West Hazleton, to start kicking off our third annual Badges and Boots campaign, which is a program where first responders carry a bead in honor of a child getting treatment for cancer and other serious chronic illnesses. This bead will be worn by the first responder. A bead will be sent to a child with a note of encouragement and given to them on a day that they're having a struggle in either the hospital, the clinic, or at home. And it's really been proven that these child realize they're not alone as they go through their journey.
I encourage every fire department, EMS, police department in the Hazleton area to please get involved with the Badges, which this is a great program. The Beads of Courage. This little bead is amazing, the great smile it brings to a child's face. You know, as a parent, you get to see your child grow each and every day. And I had the opportunity to go to Geisinger and see the children that are in a battle of their life. When they received this bead, to see the, just warmed up their day, just made them so encouraged.
I was put in contact with the family who received my bead the first year that Palermo Heart to Heart started the Badges and Boots campaign. It was really nice that the family reached out to Beads of Courage, who then reached out to Dave, and he sent me the information. And I ended up messaging the woman a couple days later, and we became friends. We communicate every 6 weeks or so to see how she's doing.
To participate in the program or for more information, go to palermo-foundation.org, or you can email palermofoundation@gmail.com. A Fern Glen man died in a one-car crash over the weekend. 23-year-old Gino Tyler Ziller was killed when his pickup truck struck several trees off Main Street in Black Creek Township. The crash happened around 4:30 Saturday morning. Ziller was pronounced dead at the scene. And a drums man is facing drug charges and more after a dirt bike pursuit Saturday. Hazleton police attempted to stop a dirt bike that was being operated erratically on the Can-Do Expressway just after 2 p.m. Saturday. Police say that 26-year-old Giovanni Provanzo, the operator of the bike, failed to stop for a police officer who had his lights and siren on. Provanzo was apprehended by police, who say that he was found in possession of powder cocaine. And tomorrow is General Election Day, and there are many important local races on the ballot. Lisa Sugart gives us a preview.
I'm pleased to be joined by our SSPTV political analyst, Rick Morelli, who will be one of the panel members as part of our election night coverage. Rick, you're here to talk about some big races coming up. It's not a presidential year, but it's a big year locally for this election. I guess starting in the city of Hazleton, an important race for sure with city council.
Yeah, these are important races because they're local races and they affect what's going around here locally. Now, with that said, we're not going to expect a big turnout like we saw with the presidential election, unfortunately. But the main race that I think a lot of people are going to be focusing on is the city of Hazleton, the council race there. We have a number of candidates on both the Republican ticket, the Democratic ticket. We have incumbents versus some new faces out there. And with everything going on with the city of Hazleton and the controversies and everything in the paper, I think that's going to be the most heated race and the race that really nobody knows who's going to win or lose on that.
But now you said it's not a presidential year, so we don't expect a big turnout. This is when we really should see a big turnout, because this determines who runs the city of Hazleton.
Oh, there's no question about it. We talk about it all the time. I mean, these are real important issues on a local level where you really can make changes. We go out to vote, you get close to 50% vote for presidential elections, which, don't get me wrong, it's very important. It's good to see that. But local elections, people don't care much. But when they see their taxes go up or they see controversy in local, what goes on with hiring of friends, that's when people get upset. And this is a way to go make changes, to go out and vote. So, we always say, don't complain if you don't go out and vote.
All right, so the city of Hazleton has that all-important council race. You will be voting for 3 out of the 6. There are 3 Republicans and 3 Democrats running. On the Hazleton Area School Board, another important race, however, because they could cross-file, we're kind of assuming that race is almost determined, but anything can happen on Election Day.
Yeah, it's not that exciting. Usually school board races have been exciting. A lot of people will get out there, and with this race in the general, there are 4 seats open and there are 5 people. And really, when you broke down the election in the primary, you have Dr. Childs, who won on one side, and you have Van Hoekelen, who won. And so realistically, it's really between those two fighting out for that 4th position. But with that said, that's not set in stone. There's been controversy with the school board lately. People are upset. It may drive more people out to vote, and that may change some of it. So just because you won on one ticket doesn't mean only one of those people will win and one will lose. But for the most part, the other people who ran and won on both tickets, the Cosmo and Mahalik and some of the others, I mean, they have a better, Ed Szymanski, they have a better chance of winning because they won on both tickets.
All right, so we'll see how that plays out that night as well. You yourself, you're also a former Hazleton Area School Board member, but you served on County Council, so you're watching that as well, because there are 10 people vying for 5 seats on there. One candidate from Lower Luzerne County.
Yeah, well, again, talking about home rule and new government, this is still in its early stage. It's very important to get good council members on here, and I think there are a lot of very good council candidates who could really change the way that council looks. There are 10 people for 5 seats. People down here always talk about local representation. There is one person from our area, Chris Perry, who's been a longtime resident and grew up here, is running. And so it's important to pay attention to that. Important if you want representation, and as we always talk about, you vote for that. But again, not to just talk about Chris Perry, there are other good candidates that are out there, and you vote for a team. You vote for the best people based off their credentials and everything else. And so it's important for the county, and it's important for the area.
Absolutely. Another county race that will be important, that for county controller.
Yeah, again, under the home rule, there's only really two row offices that are still out there where people vote. One is the DA's office and the other is the controller. And in this race, you have the incumbent Michelle Bednar, who's a Democrat, running against Walter Griffith, who has been a former controller who left his seat because of some controversy, and he's putting his hat back in the ring after 4 years that he wasn't allowed to run. So certainly that'll be an interesting race itself in seeing how that turns out.
All right, so there's going to be a lot happening on election night, but the most important factor is for you to get out to the polls. We will be here on election night. You will be part of the team starting at 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. Are you excited?
I'm excited as always. I hope the people are excited. They should be.
All right, so tune in Tuesday night at 8 o'clock right here on SSPTV News. Rick will be part of our entire panel that will bring you the very latest on this year's election.
Thanks, Lisa. And in Schuylkill County, all eyes will be on the race for district attorney. That's where incumbent Republican District Attorney Christine Holman is facing a challenge from Democratic candidate Michael Opake. D.A. Holman is looking for her 2nd term in office. Having been elected 4 years ago, Opake has worked as an assistant district attorney in Schuylkill County. And then tomorrow evening, watch your vote count. Join SSPTV News for the area's most comprehensive election night coverage starting at 8 p.m. Get the numbers and more from Sam Lassant, Mike DeCosmo, Rick Morelli, Charles McElwee, and State Representative Tara Toohill. Watch us live on Service Electric Channel 13 and in high definition on Channel 513 or from anywhere at ssptv.com. Still to come, we'll tell you about a local athlete who won a state championship over the weekend, and Ron Marchetti tests our sports knowledge and trivia treats. And after this break, we'll get you ready for a holiday pageant coming to the Laurel Mall. This is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Today, I'm very pleased to welcome to our studio Shannon Brennan, who is the campus director at McCann School of Business and Technology in Pottsville. Thank you so much for joining us here today. You're here to talk about the student experience, and I hear it's a good one at McCann's.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. One of the things that people don't often think about at McCann is that it's very small and personal. We call it the McCann family. And so when students enroll with us, we really take care of every aspect of their education from step one till they graduate.
That's really nice to know, because sometimes students get lost in a bigger atmosphere. So this way, they know there's help regardless of what they need. So I guess take us through some of the positives that they're getting at McCann's. You told me it's mainly core classes that they're getting.
Yes, there are very few gen ed classes at McCann. When a student starts, we start off by helping them with their financial aid, scheduling their classes for them. Our tuition is all inclusive, so their books, their Chromebook, their toolkits, everything is packaged in with the price. And we prepare everything for them. And then once they start, there's free tutoring available. There are classes are arranged so they don't have to worry about the prerequisites. We help them with job placement when they graduate. So it's a very small personal experience. So if someone, is maybe a kinesthetic learner and needs a smaller environment, McCann's definitely a good fit for that type of student.
And with the programs that you offer, it's a lot of hands-on work that they're doing.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. For example, the phlebotomy students are drawing blood, first on the arm and then on each other and then in a lab setting for their externship. The HVAC and electrical students are working on equipment. They're fixing equipment for the community, sometimes as a charitable project. So it is very hands-on. It's definitely an environment for someone who learns best by doing.
And for the programs themselves, they're rather quick that you're completed and out into the workforce. So tell us about the length of the programs.
Sure, yes. A degree would take about 21 months, and a diploma program would take about 12 months. And as I said, there are very few gen eds. We try to give them the classes that they need in order to be successful in their field of study.
Now, if someone out there is watching and is interested, what's the best way for them to get in touch? What do they do? Come see the school or give them some advice?
Absolutely. The best way to get in touch is to reach us at mccann.edu on the web, or give us a call at the Pottsville campus, 570-391-3051.
All righty, very good. The McCann student experience, a very positive one, and if you'd like to learn more about it, you can give them a call and stop by, and Shannon will make sure that you're well taken care of.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's a leaf enjoying a shower this afternoon in downtown Hazleton. It was a wet one out there today. Let's see what's up for the rest of the work week. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Will have a low of 32 degrees and a north wind from 11 to 13 miles per hour. On Tuesday, we do have a slight chance of rain after 1 p.m., 20% chance of precipitation, mostly cloudy, high of only 46 degrees. Going to be cold this week. Tuesday night, we get down to freezing, slight chance of rain before 2 a.m., 20% chance. Wednesday, mostly sunny. Highs only in the mid-40s. At night, we're down to 34 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Thursday, partly sunny, high of 48 there, and then at night, partly cloudy, low of 32. Friday, mostly sunny with a high of 38, and then Friday night, partly cloudy, low of 21 degrees.
The Laurel Mall is hosting another wonderful pageant. I'm pleased to be joined by Rocco Aruzzo, the property manager of the mall. You had a pageant earlier in the year, and now we are having what is said behind us here, the Sunburst Merry Christmas Pageant.
Yes.
So tell us about it.
Yeah, it's awesome. They contacted us and said the spring one was so successful and they wanted to have a Merry Christmas pageant. So we said, well, with all our vendors and everything coming in for the holidays, do we have the room? But we made the room, and we're going to have the pageant, and it's going to be really good for the children. It's from newborn, for boys, newborn up to 4 or 5 years old, and then girls from newborn, I think as old as you want to be with the women. For some reason, I don't know why, but that's the way it is. And it's called the Merry Christmas Pageant. Everyone receives a crown, a trophy, to have a lot of fun.
So they're going to be Miss Merry Christmas, I guess, and Mr. Merry Christmas. Is that what the titles will be?
That's what it'll be. It'll be Mr. Merry Christmas and Miss Merry Christmas. So it's going to be really a lot of fun. And we'll have it set up in the Boscov's wing. So we're looking forward to it. It's Friday evening, November 17th.
All righty. Now, if they want to register in advance, they can do that as well?
Yes, we have the registration forms throughout the mall here, as you can see at the poster. And they can also, I'm going to read the website, they can go on www.sunburstbeauty.com. They can also register on their website, and they can register right up to that day.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
the day of the event, on the 17th, they can actually do that as well. How successful was the last one?
The last one, there was about, I believe there was about 21 or 22 participants. From what they tell me, this is a lot larger, because when they contacted me, they said they had a lot of inquiries and they wanted to have it again at the Laurel Mall. So we said, okay, let's do it.
All right, so a fun way to celebrate the holiday season, which is really coming up fast.
It is, isn't it? It's unbelievable. We just got done with Halloween, and now we're getting in, and the Laurel Mall is getting ready for Christmas. We're decorating, so hey, 'tis the season. It's here.
All righty. So maybe your little one, or maybe you, will be crowned Miss Merry Christmas, or maybe there's a Mr. Merry Christmas in your family. Take part in this special pageant at the Laurel Mall and find out if you're the winner.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Santa Claus coming to town soon at the Laurel Mall. Here's your midday winning lottery numbers. Before we take a little break, pick 269, pick 3 312, pick 4 2045, and pick 5 75168. The wild number is 3. We have one state champion and one high school football team playing for a district championship this weekend. We'll get you up to date when we come back.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
We talked with Marion's Tina Caparel earlier this fall about finishing in the top 5 at last year's state cross-country Single A Championships. She told us she worked harder than ever this off-season, and that work has paid off big time. Caparel is the 2017 Single A cross-country girls champion. She won gold with a time of 19 minutes and 1 second. Bob Lipsky did some digging for his article in the Standard Speaker, and according to his research, Caparel is the first female state cross-country champion to come out of the Schuylkill League. Congrats to Caparel. We'll try to talk with her this week on SSP TV News. That's from our Out of Left Field story, all that video. The Hazleton area Cougars made some big plays Friday night, and now they are in the District's 2/4 6A sub-regional championship game. Steve Stallone did a great job of painting a picture of what happened in this game, so read his article at standardspeaker.com. I can tell you that senior Adrian Otero blocked an extra point attempt that would have tied the game, but it sent the Cougars to victory. Sparky Wolk threw for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. Williamsport fought back from 21-0 down. Joey Hatton had a huge interception for the Cougars, who will now play Delaware Valley for the title on the road on Friday. Hazleton lost to Delaware Valley 20-14, and I think it was 28-14 in Week 6. The Cougars are our only local team to survive the opening round of district playoffs. Marion fell to Williams Valley, who will face Tri-Valley in the District 11 Single A Championship game. The Vikings had over 550 yards of offense against the Colts. Seth Pollock, Ryan Capel, and Max Nolter had rushing touchdowns for Marion. In the AA playoffs, Mono area lost to Schuylkill Haven. Matt Lewandowski had 101 rushing yards in the game for Mono area. North Schuylkill and Tamaqua, they lost in the District 11 AAA playoffs. Justin D'Angelo rushed for 144 yards and a touchdown, and North Schuylkill's lost to Notre Dame Green Pond. Doug Wiest had 125 passing yards. And the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, they went to a shootout on Friday. They won that one, but then they lost in the shootout on Sunday. However, they still lead the Atlantic Division early this season. All right, here's Ron Marchetti now with Trivia Treats.
Election Day Eve. Hi, everybody, on this Trivia Treats night. Now, since there will be several races tomorrow, I will tell you about another race that happened a long time ago a few days before Election Day, and more people across the country were more interested in the results of that particular race than any other political race. It was a day, something like today, cloudy, a little cool, with anticipation and excitement in the air. The year was 1938. Where it happened? Baltimore, Maryland. How many were involved? Only 2 contestants, and both were horses. The venue was Pinnacle Race Course, a much talked about match between the leading race horses of the day, month, and year. Seabiscuit defeated War Admiral before a sellout crowd. But leading up to this day, Seabiscuit had proved to be a disappointment on the track. The horse was sold for $8,000 in 1936. Under the guidance of trainer Tom Smith, Seabiscuit won 11 of 15 races in 1937, while War Admiral captured that year's Triple Crown in 1937. The 2 horses had never run head-to-head, but 79 years ago today, the much-anticipated match race was held. The radio audience was estimated at 40 million people, about 30% of the U.S. population. Mother of God. Seabiscuit led early, but War Admiral pulled ahead. However, about 200 yards from the wire, Seabiscuit surged forward and won by 4 lengths. And if you've seen the movie Seabiscuit a few years ago, you would have known that. But more importantly, the moment of truth is almost at hand. Tomorrow, I ask you to go out and give a vote to someone, anyone. Till Friday, be a good sport and stay loose.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. Let's kick off the social report with the pasta and meatball dinner at St. John Bosco's Church on Tuesday, November 7th from 4 to 7 p.m. Takeout will be made available at 3:30 p.m. Tickets are $10 per person and $5 for children 10 and under. And the Holy Rosary Parish in Hazleton will be hosting a free community luncheon on Saturday, November 11th from 11 a.m. until 12 noon in the community room of the church located in the lower level. If anyone has any questions or for more information, you can get in touch with Carolyn Shemansky at the number on your screen. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Michael L. Coley of Quakeake. Funeral is Thursday at 8 p.m. at the Zeilman Gula Funeral Home in Tamaqua. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the funeral home. Ryan J. Verbitsky of Wilkes-Barre, formerly of Hazleton. A celebration of life will take place Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Kilty Morgan Funeral Home in Plymouth. Gino Tyler Zeller of Fern Glen. A memorial service will be held Tuesday at 8 p.m. at the Harmon Funeral Home in Rock Glen. Friends may call Tuesday from 5 to 8 p.m. at the funeral home. And happy 51st birthday in heaven to Jane Brotzman. Love your brothers and sisters. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name now on SSPTV News, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is Colleen Hawk of Ashland. Call now and leave a message at 570-455-7267, extension 104 for your free movie.
Tomorrow, the polls open at 7 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. And remember, right here on SSP TV, we will have election night coverage. So we'll see you for that. Hey, our John Eric Poli was at a big MMA event over the weekend, Bellator in State College. He'll have coverage of that this week. So much more still to come, so stay with us. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.